The easiest way to get into primo is to stand on your tail with both your feet and then take your back foot and wrap it around the board close to the back wheel and then push it over, stand up on it, and the secret to doing power ollies is focusing on sliding your front foot over to the side more rather than up, because the board doesn't really pop much because the tail is sitting on the ledge. And anyone can learn this skate trick, and here's how. Place the board on its side so when you stand over the wheels, your toes are hanging over the grip tape. Then take your back foot and put it about halfway down the tail with a little bit of your body weight on it to build up some pressure. Then do a little hop and kick your back leg forward, and that's how. The secret to 180s on quarters is to make sure you have them dialed in on banks, and then it's not super different from doing shit that scares me, part 16. Heel flips flip kind of slow for me, so I did a few on flat to build up some confidence before trying them on here, which wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. And the biggest problem I ran into was not putting enough weight on my heels, but once I did that, I got a proper heel flip, because when skating a mini ramp, you may want to do a setup trick to help you set up your feet for a different trick, like use a switch rock to help you set up your feet for a crook, because the secret to half cabs on a bank is to make sure you have half cab kick turns down first, because then all you really have to do is pop and make sure you have enough weight on your back foot. Because if you're struggling to ollie over things, make sure you can tweak out your ollie so your back truck is higher than your front truck so you don't clip it. And to do that, take a couple minutes and practice extending your front foot from the nose to push the nose forward, because the secret to locking into 50-50s is to come at the ledge at about a 45-degree angle with some weight on your heels so it slides right in. Because the secret to skating banks is to think of it just like flat ground, so it might be easier to do tricks higher up on the bank so your center of gravity has time to adjust. Because if you're struggling with kickflips, practice the pop and the flick 5 times in between every single try to ingrain it a bit more into your muscle memory. Because the secret to finger flips is not only in your wrist, but if you spread your fingers apart wide enough, you can use them to build a bit more pressure and make the board flip faster. Because the secret to backside 180s into a bank for me was to move both my feet closer to the center of the board so it was easier for me to put my weight on my back foot and not slip out. Because a hack to skate faster is starting to skate over things, because then you are forced to go fast enough at least to make it over it, so you'll get more comfortable with it over time. Because the secret to tail size is to pop farther away from the ledge than you think you have to, so you give the board enough time to rotate all the way to get in there. Because the secret to fakie 50-50s is to put your front foot more towards the nose when you set up, because then when you land in the grind, it's going to be easier to get out or do different tricks. Because why you can't pop shove it. If you're struggling to get both your feet on the board, try taking the trucks off and doing some shove-its on the ground to build up some confidence, because the reason